Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you. Just say do it for myself. I go
being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live. Hate under my pictures on the gram. You better hope I never run across your man. In the mall with him, I'ma have a ball with him. Somebody call Rihanna, I'ma buy some draws with him. He fucking with the stain cause he in the wild women. Put them legs on his head, now he love tall women. You'll never catch me calling these daddy. I ain't lying by my nut just to make him happy. Lifestyle when the can't fit a magnum. It never happened if the wasn't snapping. I'm a hot girl, I do hot. Finish it, come on my outfit. I don't text quick, cause I ain't thirsty. These bitches mad, they wanna hurt me. I'm a hot girl, I do hot. Finish it, come on my outfit. I don't text quick, cause I ain't thirsty. These bitches mad, they wanna hurt me. I slide the thing away, I box the thing away, I slide the thing away.
I hope I'm not too late. Set my demons straight. I know I made you wait. How much can you take? I hope you see the God. I hope you can see. If it's up, stay down for me.
Trust me, can I trust you? Don't judge me, I'ma die off. It gets ugly, too passionate, it gets ugly. I wonder where I lost my way. Been waiting on your call all day. Tell me you in my corner right now. When I fall short, I'm leaning on you to cry out. We all got enough to lie about. My truth too complicated to hide now. Can I open up? Is it safe or not? I'm afraid a little you relate or not. Have faith a little. I might take my time. Ain't no saving face this time.
I hope I'm not too late. Set my demons straight. I know I made you wait. How much can you take? I hope you see the God. I hope you can see. If it's up, stay down for me.
Ya no tiene excusa, hoy salió con su amiga, dice que pa' matarla tú sabes, que porque un hombre le pagó mal, está dura y abusa, se cansó de ser buena, ahora es ella quien los usa, que porque un hombre le pagó mal, ya no se le ve sentimental, dice que por otro mal no llora, no, pero si le ponen la canción, le da una depresión tonta, llorando no comienza a llamar, pero él la dejamos hoy, será porque con otra está, pidiendo que otra se pueda dar. No sé ni cómo te no sé que yo cómo te lo hacía. Si yo no puedo ser, solo puedo ser que te boté, de mi vida te boté, y te di banda y te solté, pa'l carajo usted se fue.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MGM Grand here in Los Las Vegas. The most anticipated fight of the year comes your way this Saturday on Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. The undisputed welterweight championship of the world is on the line between two undefeated champions, Errol Spence Jr. The DeSoto native, 28-0, 22 knockouts. He will go head-to-head against from Omaha, Nebraska, 39-0 with 30 knockouts, Terence "Bud" Crawford. As they say in prize fighting, someone's zone's got to go. Welcome to Fight Week here in the fighting capital of the world. Today we will have the grand arrivals for all 8 fighters, a part of this mega pay-per-view event that comes your way on Saturday night. We go live on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Also 2 hours before that, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. We have an outstanding doubleheader of fights on the Showtime Sports YouTube page. Ladies and gentlemen, we have you covered all of Fight Week on the Showtime Sports social media pages. Tomorrow, we will have the media workouts. Thursday, the final press conference. On Friday, the weigh-in open to the public at T-Mobile Arena. And Saturday night, they go head-to-head. The action gets going 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view. The event promoted by TGB Promotions, along with Man Down Promotions and TBC Promotions, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. Let's meet the fighters that will be involved in our pay-per-view. This one will begin the evening at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, as we have a matchup between two outstanding super welterweights. We want to bring up a man who has a record of 34 wins opposite 2 defeats, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He was able to make his way up the rankings with wins over Ted Cheeseman and Sergey Rebchenko, and has gone up against some of the top guys at 154, including Tony Superbad Harrison and Sebastian Fundora. We want to welcome the 30-year-old. He comes to us from Torreverga, Cantabria, Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, presentando Sergio Garcia. Sergio, it is great to see you, as we will have Martin Botzer as well. Go ahead and translate for us. Sergio, being a part of this massive event, Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, what does this experience mean to you?
Sos parte de un evento masivo, aquí Spence contra Crawford. ¿Qué significa esta experiencia, toda esta gente para vos?
Bueno, pues para mí es un honor estar en este evento y poder abrir la pelea, y van a ver un gran espectáculo por mi parte.
It's going to be a great honor for me to open up the card, to have you all here, and I promise you all that you're going to see a great show from me on Saturday night.
What are you expecting out of your adversary, someone who's 5-0, 4 knockouts, Juanes Tellez? They're looking to move him up the rankings a bit quicker.
¿Qué opinas de Tellez? Un tipo que está invicto, que tiene 4 knockouts y 5 peleas y que parece querer ascender en los rankings rápido. ¿Qué te parece él como rival?
Lo respeto como a todos los rivales, pero ahí solo estamos él y yo, y es donde vamos a demostrar quién es mejor de los dos.
I respect him just like I would any of my other opponents, but in the ring, it's just him and I go after what I want to.
So in a perfect world, how does the fight play out on Saturday when you go head-to-head against Juanes Tellez?
En un mundo ideal, ¿cómo te imaginas que sería esta pelea el sábado?
Ganando, solo puedo ganar.
Just win, that's all I can do, win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Spaniard, Sergio Garcia. And now we will keep Sergio up here. We want to meet his opponent on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena, as this man is 5-0 with 4 knockouts, just 23 years of age, has already scored 2 wins here in 2023 as he gets ready to embark on the biggest fight of his career. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Santiago de Cuba, just 23 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, presentando Juanes Tellez. give a round of applause to the undefeated prospect, 5-0 from Santiago de Cuba, Yoenis Diaz. This will begin our pay-per-view opener from T-Mobile Arena. It is Yoenis Diaz, Sergio Garcia. Diaz looking to remain undefeated. Sergio Garcia looking to hand Diaz the first loss of his professional career. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This one, the super welterweight division. Yoenis Diaz, Sergio Garcia. What a matchup to begin our pay-per-view at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time here in Las Vegas. It's all presented by Premier Boxing Champions.
Guys, stay forward. Down here, Bert. Right here, right here, right there. All right, TV's in the back, TV's in the back.
All right, we will allow Sergio to go ahead and depart. I'm going to talk with Yoenis Diaz. Yoenis, if we can get over here. We have Martin Batzer, our outstanding translator again. Yoenis, being 23 years of age, what does it mean for you to be so young in your career and to be a part in an event of this magnitude with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford?
23 años y ya estás en un evento de este tipo. Mira toda esta gente, ¿cómo te sentís?
Bueno, primero antes que todo un poco nervioso porque nunca me había enfrentado contra este público. Y también, ante de todo, agradecerle a mi equipo de trabajo, gracias por la oportunidad y darle una gran noche a este gran público aquí que tengo presente.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous. I've never been in front of this many people before. So I gotta thank my whole team for making this happen, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun being in front of all these great fans.
How do you challenge those nerves to work for you and not against you?
¿Cómo vas a hacer para que estos nervios que parecen lindos te jueguen a tu favor y no en contra?
Bueno, primero que es darle mucha psicología y nada, convertir el nervio en felicidad y hacerle el trabajo.
Just, get that mental work in there and, to take these nerves and turn them into happiness. If I can do that, then I'm great.
How is the fight going to unfold when you step inside the ring and match up against Sergio Garcia on Saturday night here in Las Vegas?
¿Cómo te imaginas que se va a desarrollar la pelea contra García sábado por la noche acá en Las Vegas?
Bueno, para mí, no sé, para él será un poco difícil porque para mí yo voy a salir a hacer mi trabajo y a aprovechar la oportunidad que se me dio.
It's gonna be hard, no doubt about it, but I'm gonna go out there, do my job, and take full advantage of the opportunity that I was given.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the undefeated prospect, Yoenis Diaz, 5-0, looking to go to 6-0 in this, the biggest assignment of his professional career. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you an idea of what we can expect, as I mentioned, tomorrow we will have the media workouts that'll come your way. You can watch the fighters actually go in workout. That'll come your way at 4 Eastern, 1 local time here at the MGM Grand, right outside of the sports book. So make sure to join us and be a part of that. Thursday, the press conference, you can watch that on the Showtime Sports and PBC social media pages. Friday, the weigh-in open to the public, 6 Eastern, 3 local time at T-Mobile Arena. And then on Saturday, we have a loaded night of action. We begin the Showtime pay-per-view at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, streaming fights on the Showtime Sports social media pages, 6 Eastern, 3 local time. As we want to thank our fine sponsor for helping to make this entire event possible. DraftKings Sportsbook, action so good, why bet on boxing anywhere else? Also, O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts is the ultimate one-stop shop for all your automotive supplies, everything for your vehicle in one convenient place. That's O'Reilly Auto Parts. Also, Strays, brought to you by the new R-rated comedy Strays in theaters on August 18th. And The Last Voyage. Compelling super welterweight matchup, but also we are going to see a man, and this is why this card is absolutely loaded and why it is going to be one of the most incredible nights in recent memory for the sport of boxing. The second pay-per-view fight, you have a future Hall of Famer, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, is in action as he will take on the Mexican contender, Alexander Santiago. This one for the vacant WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World. Donaire looking to break his own record by becoming the oldest Bantamweight champion in history. The co-main event going to be a riveting affair as we have Mexico's own, a man who's got a cult-like following, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, will be in action. He had an absolute barn burner against Gervonta Davis back in December of 2021 in Los Angeles. He will match up and go head-to-head against the undefeated Giovanni Cabrera. And then in our main event of the evening, both men undefeated, both men world champions, Errol Spence coming into this matchup with the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF welterweight championships of the world. He will put all three belts on the line against the WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terence Crawford. Both men come from outstanding camps. You have Errol Spence, who is going to be led to the ring by his esteemed trainer, the 2022 Trainer of the Year, Derek James, will be in the corner of Errol Spence Jr. They have been together since the outset. For Terence Crawford, he will be led to the ring by a man who has certainly made his name in helping to guide the career of Bud Crawford, who is a world champion in 3 divisions. Brian Bomac McIntyre will be leading Terence Crawford into battle on Saturday night, as Crawford has picked up world titles at 135. He's the undisputed super welterweight champion or super lightweight champion of the world. He's looking to become, the thing about Terence Crawford, when you look at his career as a whole, the 35-year-old from Omaha, Nebraska, is that he's trying to become the first male boxer to become an undisputed champion in 2 divisions. He's looking to hold that moniker, and in my estimation, this is just my opinion, but the winner of this fight not only will be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, but from my standpoint, they will go ahead and claim the mythical championship of best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. Both of these guys, Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, they have been on a collision course for years. And now, on Saturday night, we finally get a fight that I believe will live on for the ages. Now, if you cannot be inside T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it is very easy on how you can go ahead and purchase this. You can purchase it Showtime pay-per-view. You can also go to the Showtime app on supported devices, or you can go to showtime.com/PPV and get dialed in for the entire night of boxing. Saturday. All right, so Saturday, July 29th will no doubt be a night that we will be talking about for decades to come. Now let's get ready for our second pay-per-view fight. This one for the vacant WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World. We will bring one half of that matchup up. This man, 27 wins, 3 losses, 5 draws, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Just 27 years of age, having fought for a world title in 2018, earning a split draw. He has won his last 3 matchups. He comes to us from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, presentando Alexander Santiago. Go ahead and wait up as we have our team boxer here to do the translating as always. Can you tell us about, fighting Nonito Donaire, a man who is no doubt a future Hall of Famer, has been in the sport for over 20 years. What does it mean for you to be stepping inside the ring with him on a night that's so special to the sport of boxing?
Tu rival, Nonito Donaire, un futuro miembro del Salón de la Fama, 20 años de trayectoria, muchos logros. ¿Qué significa para vos el ser su rival en una cartelera como esta?
Es un gran honor, me motiva mucho a pelear con una leyenda como Donaire y pues me siento listo, he trabajado muy duro para una oportunidad como esta y gracias a Dios se dio y este sábado, primero Dios, vamos a probarnos campeones del mundo ante una leyenda como Donaire.
It's a great honor to fight a legend like Donaire. I'm really motivated, but I also know that I worked really hard to gain this opportunity, so I'm gonna make the most of it, and God willing, on Saturday night, I'm gonna be a world champion and be able to celebrate with all these wonderful people.
The fight was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. It got moved to this card. Can you tell us about, do you like the fact that it got moved to being a part of this event, which will be seen by millions around the world?
Lo que fue la demora de tu pelea, que se suponía que iba a pasar hace 2 semanas, se pasó a esta, pero ¿te gusta que haya pasado eso y que ahora te vean millones alrededor del mundo?
La verdad que sí, por algo pasan las cosas. Creo que fue la mejor cartelera ante todo el mundo del boxeo. Voy a estar a la vista de todo el mundo conocedor del boxeo y gracias a Dios se dio en esta cartelera. Como te digo, estoy muy motivado y ansioso de que llegue este día y pues 2 semanas, no pasa nada, he esperado mucho esta oportunidad y estoy contento de que ya se haya acabado el día.
I've been waiting for this opportunity for so long. What's 2 weeks more? And I'm really honored to be a part of a card like this. So things happen for a reason, and I believe that I'm here for a reason. So let's go, I'm ready.
All right, let's give it up for Alexander Santiago, ladies and gentlemen. Alexander, stay up here. Now let's meet your opponent on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view. This man, 42 wins, 28 of those coming by way of knockout against 7 defeats. He is looking to make another run at a world title here and break his record as being the oldest bantamweight champion in history. He's a 4-division world champion, future Hall of Famer from Talabon, Bohol, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, a first ballot Hall of Famer when he decides to hang up the gloves. Please welcome the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. So he goes here. So Alex will be right here. So you're right. You're right. So you're right. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. One of the most exciting fighters that we've ever seen. This guy is taking on anybody and everybody. He'll go overseas to take on the world's best. He has been the world's best. He's been known as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. He's a very proud family man as well. And make no mistake about it, every single time Nonito Donaire steps inside the ring, it is can't miss. Nonito Donaire had a memorable moment, especially in recent memory, when he defeated Nordino Wally at the War Grounds in Carson. Ladies and gentlemen, this one for the vacant WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World, Nonito Donaire and Alexander Santiago, live here in Las Vegas on the undercard of Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford.
Hi guys, down here. Guys, over here. Down here. Down here. Keep it down here. Down here. All right, you guys are good. In the back. In the back for TVs. In the back.
The event presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions, Man Down Promotions, and TBC Promotions. We go live 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time here in Las Vegas. Nonito, it is great to see you. Nonito, you've been in this game for over 2 decades. Being a part of an event like this, does it get old for you?
It's always exciting for me, man. You know, it's amazing to be out here, get the opportunity, and then, you know, again, for me, getting the purpose to keep winning or get the title. So I'm very, very grateful. But, you know, everybody's out here, big card. I mean, that in itself is a treat.
So this fight was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. It got moved to the card like this. Do you like the fact that it's going to be seen by millions more around the world, because this is a night boxing that fans around the globe have been clamoring for?
I mean, this is the biggest fight out there, and who wouldn't have jumped this opportunity when everybody's watching, you know? Millions around the world, the biggest fight out there, everybody's wanting this fight. So, I mean, this is the fight that, you know, I'm blessed to be in.
So you set your own record by becoming the oldest bantamweight champion in history 2 years ago when you wiped out the Frenchman Nordino Bali. Now you can eclipse that. What would go through your mind if you can break your own record? I mean, that is something that is such a rarity in combat sports.
That's the fun of it, you know. It's the adrenaline, you know. You're fighting the younger guys, and then you're proving that you're better than them. You know, and just to keep continually beating my record, that's I'm all for that.
Do you have an idea of how it's going to go down on Saturday night against the Mexican Alexander Santiago?
Man, like all Mexican fighters, they're very, very tough. They make it hard for every fighter. You know, for me, I'm very smart. I have all the knowledge and experience, and you know, I can fight, I can box, I can do whatever. So whatever Santiago got for me, I'm ready for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. You know, one thing about Nonito Donaire is that that fight alone, and I'm just giving you my honest assessment, that fight alone can main event many cards around the world, because Nonito Donaire is that much of a treasure when it comes to fight fans and the sport of boxing. It's one of those things that years later, years from now, 10, 12, 15 years from now, we're going to be talking about the memorable performances of Nonito Donaire. And still, over 2 decades in the sport, he still has this energy. He still has this desire to compete at this supremely high level. And the goal for a prize fighter, when they start off, is to get to this particular stage. On one of the biggest nights that we've had in recent memory in boxing, when the world is watching, to fight here in the fighting capital of the world, this is what it's all about. And the fact that Nonito Donaire still continues to do it against guys who are 10, 12, 13 years younger than him is absolutely mesmerizing. And the fact that he's beating these guys is even that much more to be able to appreciate how great Nonito Donaire is. So Nonito Donaire, Alexander Santiago, that's just our second pay-per-view fight. We will be getting ready to talk with our co-main event fighters as well, with Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Giovanni Cabrera. What a matchup that one is going to be. When it comes to what it means from a title ramification standpoint, that is going to be a WBC and WBA lightweight title eliminator. So the winner of that fight will likely punch their ticket to a world title shot. And Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he's looking to go after his second world title opportunity. The first time he fell a bit short to Gervonta Tank Davis, but there's no shame on that because everybody has lost to Tank. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz has made overtures that he would love a rematch against Gervonta Tank Davis. Will that come to fruition? we need to find out on Saturday if he's able to get past Giovanni Cabrera. For Giovanni Cabrera, he has this massive opportunity in front of him here on Saturday and really wants to make a statement that he belongs at this supremely high level. And against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, if you ever watch Isaac Cruz fight, you know that he's so aggressive, he's so tenacious, and he loves to mix it up in a toe-to-toe war. I expect fireworks in that one, and obviously Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford, Las Vegas. I want to know, because we did it before we came on the air, for the fans that are watching all over the world on the Showtime Sports and the BBC YouTube page, but I want to hear from you. If you are here to support a man who's 28-0, 22 knockouts, he's got the WBC, the IBF, and also the WBA welterweight championship of the world. If you're here to support Errol Spence Jr. Las Vegas, make some noise. If you're here to support a man who has been a world champion in 3 divisions, having captured world titles at 135, 140, he's been the welterweight champion of the world since 2018 when he wiped out Jeff Horn. He's looking to become the first man to become undisputed champion in 2 divisions. If you're looking to support Terence Bud Crawford, Las Vegas, make some noise. Oh, the energy is already electric, and it is only Tuesday, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I have been a part of many fight weeks, thankfully, with Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions, and I must say that this is a fight that has been years in the making, and finally, on Saturday night, both Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford will make that walk, and the bell will ring, and they will go head-to-head. It's one of those matchups that I honestly don't believe it's to be a Fight of the Year candidate without question. I think we get an absolute war. Both guys, Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, have told me that they want to write their name in boxing history. Well, never in the 4-belt era has there been an undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford, they want to etch their names next to the greats like Floyd Money Mayweather, like Sugar Ray Leonard, like Roberto Duran, like Thomas Hitman Hearns. You heard about back in the 80s, the 4 Kings. Well, now, here in 2023, we are down to the 2 best in the division. And these guys have been on a collision course for years. And now they finally get an opportunity to see and determine who is best. How do you be a part of it? It's very easy. All you have to do, if you're not going to be at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, make sure to call your local cable or satellite provider and check out and make sure you purchase Spence Crawford on Showtime pay-per-view. Or you can also go and buy it online, and you can do so on the Showtime.com/PPV or on the Showtime app on supported devices. As I mentioned, we are kicking off Fight Week in spectacular fashion tomorrow. The media workouts come your way at 1 o'clock local time. For those of you that are watching on the stream, that'll be 4 Eastern time on the Showtime Sports and PBC YouTube page. You will watch all 8 fighters, or the undercard fighters, go ahead and work out for all of you. That'll be right outside the Sportsbook and Tap Restaurant here at the MGM Grand. Friday, the weigh-in open to the public, 6 Eastern, 3 local time at T-Mobile Arena. As we go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and we get ready for our co-main event of the evening, I expect a fantastic fight in this particular matchup between 2 guys who are looking to make a statement and punch their ticket to a world title shot. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up a man who has a record of 21 wins, no losses, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Seattle, now training in Southern California with Freddie Roach. He is just 28 years of age, having scored an impressive shutout victory over Gabriel Flores last July to earn this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated contender, Giovanni Cabrera. great to see you. Welcome to Fight Week here in Las Vegas. 21-0, 7 knockouts, but I know the road for you hasn't been easy. To be on this stage and be able to compete against Isaac Pitbull Cruz on Saturday night, how special is this?
I feel amazing. I feel like I've arrived just on time to make some noise, to leave my mark in the sport. I think it's no coincidence that I've arrived at one of the most important cards. I fought my way here. I beat more undefeated fighters than anybody in boxing, and I'm here to make a statement tonight, Saturday.
All right, so I know you're looking to make a statement against Isaac Pitbull Cruz. How many guys are clamoring to fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz? I feel like you signed as soon as they gave you the call. How do you prevail over Pitbull on Saturday?
Yeah, I did not hesitate to accept the fight. I feel like I'm paying homage to the old school era of boxing, where the best fight the best. That's what this whole card is about. And I don't need to prepare any differently. I just need to make him as uncomfortable as he possibly can be, and just take away all his power.
Working under the guidance of the Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach, how much of an influence and a mentor has Freddie been to you?
It's been amazing. I've been able to put to rest many of the illusions that I have about boxing. I mean, he's trained countless world champions, so any direction that I receive from Freddie Roach, I truly believe is fact, and it's made my game that much better.
How's it going down on Saturday?
Oh man, I'm gonna put a historic dance on Pitbull Cruz.
Oh, you heard it from Giovanni Cabrera, ladies and gentlemen. Gio, wait up here. We're going to bring up your opponent here in Las Vegas. This man, 24 wins, 2 losses. As we go ahead, and also before we bring up Isaac Pitbull Cruz, we see Freddie Roach. Want to congratulate him and Marie as well. Congratulations to Freddie Roach and his lovely wife Marie on getting married recently. Very happy for Freddie Roach and Marie. What a wonderful couple. All the best to you, Freddie. You are very much a national treasure here in boxing. But we are getting closer to welcoming up the adversary for Giovanni Cabrera. No matter where this guy goes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially bring up, with a record of 24 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He has delivered back-to-back electrifying knockout victories since going to battle in a losing effort against Gervonta Davis back in December of 2021 in Los Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mexico City, damas y caballeros, presentando Isaac Pitbull Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Pitbull, Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz promoted by the 8th Division World Champion, the great Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, just 25 years of age, who looks to punch his ticket to a world title opportunity with the win on Saturday against Giovanni Cabrera. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Isaac Cruz is certainly a man of the people, as he is saying hello to all the fans here in Las Vegas, certainly enjoying this very moment, and he looks to once again challenge for a world title. But first, standing in his way, the undefeated Giovanni Cabrera. What a matchup, and this is our co-main event. That is right before Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. I certainly enjoy a nice meal, but that is certainly a worthwhile appetizer for fight fans around the world, as it will no doubt get you and set the stage for Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, as Isaac Pitbull Cruz certainly enjoying the support from all the fans. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event, the lightweight title eliminator. Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Giovanni Cabrera. Saturday night, the co-main event underneath Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Showtime pay-per-view here in Las Vegas.
¿Qué le parece esa morra? La que anda bailando sola me gusta a mí. Ella sabe que está buena, que todos andan mirándola como baila. Me acerco y le tiro todo un bebo, tomamos tragos enteros.
All right, thank you very much, Gio. You can go ahead and depart, and I'm going to talk with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Thank you very much, Gio, as we have Martin Boxer as well to go ahead and come up and handle the translation. Isaac, 25 years of age, you were enjoying the support from the fans. When you get the love from the fans here in Las Vegas and around the world, what does that mean to you?
Acá ves todo el cariño que la gente, no solo de acá, sino que alrededor del mundo te da. ¿Qué significa esto para ti?
Es una motivación muy grande y venimos muy felices y bueno, del recibimiento de toda la gente y venimos a hacer nuestro propio trabajo.
The people here have a big heart. You guys make me very happy, and I'm more than willing to work really hard for you guys and put a great show on Saturday night.
That was a pretty intense stare-down between you and Giovanni Cabrera. What did you take away from that exchange that you guys were deadlocked, eye to eye, face to face?
¿Qué sentiste durante el careo? Intenso el asunto, ¿eh?
Sí, claro, fue muy intenso, pero agradable y vamos a dejar todo arriba del ring nosotros. Venimos muy bien preparados y venimos a darle a la gente lo que merece, un gran espectáculo.
Intense, yes, but also I felt really comfortable. I'm here to give the people what they want. You guys are going to see a great spectacle, a great show, so come out on Saturday night.
This is going to be a lightweight title eliminator. If you win this fight, you punch your ticket to a world title. How much do you crave another world title opportunity here in the lightweight division?
Si ganas, se te abren las puertas de otra pelea por el título. ¿Qué tanto ansías tener esa oportunidad nuevamente?
Es una ansia muy grande, pero venimos muy bien trabajados y venimos a trabajar inteligentemente.
It's something that I want very much, but I also know that we are working very smart towards that objective, and we're here to do what we gotta do.
When it comes to objectives, I saw you at the Gervonta Davis-Brian Garcia fight back in April. Assuming you pick up the win on Saturday, is a matchup against Gervonta Davis, a rematch, is that what you want next?
Te vimos aquí en abril cuando Gervonta Davis peleó contra Ryan García. La revancha es lo que más querés en el mundo. ¿Querés volver a enfrentar a Gervonta Davis?
Pues el sueño, la meta de Isaac Pitbull Cruz, una revancha contra Gervonta y vamos a hacer nuestro trabajo para que hable arriba del ring nuestro propio trabajo.
That's the dream. That's the goal for Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I want the rematch against Gervonta Davis. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to show everybody why I deserve to face him once again.
When your life has changed, because now when you come to fight weeks here in Las Vegas and various events around the country, fans come up to you and mob you. How is that experience like that now, you are a public figure and people are wanting your attention and take photos with you and get autographs from you?
Fíjate lo que acaba de pasar, la gente no te dejaba pasar por acá, no puedes caminar por la calle. ¿Cómo se siente tener ese nivel de fama hoy en día?
Pues es algo muy bonito y hay que saberlo también trabajar, pero más que nada todo esto se lo debo igual a la gente por todo el apoyo, todas las muestras de cariño.
It's something beautiful that I'm glad to live with, I'm glad to coexist with, and I wouldn't be here without you all, so thank you.
You're very proud of where you're from in Mexico. How much does the Mexican fight fans drive you on a daily basis to do what you do inside the ring?
Llevas a la bandera de México en tu corazón. ¿Qué tanto te motiva el apoyo de tu gente a la distancia para volver a ganar este sábado?
Pues es una motivación a distancia y bueno, yo vengo a traer el verdadero estilo mexicano una vez más a Las Vegas.
Mexican people, no matter how far away they may be, they motivate me to fight as hard as I can, and I'm here to bring the Mexican style to the ring once again on Saturday night.
And finally, you are promoted by the great Manny Pacquiao. Have you talked to Manny as you prepare for this assignment on Saturday night against Giovanni Cabrera?
Manny Pacquiao ha significado mucho para tu carrera desde el principio. ¿Le has podido hablar a él antes de esta semana?
No hemos tenido la oportunidad de hablar con él, pero espero que en esta semana podamos hablar ya sea en persona o por teléfono.
I haven't had a chance to talk to him really, but I do hope to be able to see him in person or talk to him over the phone. I value his advice.
All right, thank you very much. Round of applause to Isaac Pitbull Cruz, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Butler, our outstanding translator, here doing a marvelous job. And ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning Fight Week here in Las Vegas. Do not miss Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, this upcoming Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. For the first time, we will crown an undisputed and unified welterweight champion in the 4-bout era. History will be made on Saturday night here in Las Vegas, as Spence Crawford is being promoted by TGB Promotions. We have Tom Brown, Brittany Goosen Brown with TGB Promotions, also Mandan Promotions and TBC Promotion. It is presented by Premier Boxing Champions. The action gets going at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Prior to that, on the Showtime Sports YouTube page, we got a doubleheader of action at 6 Eastern, 3 local time here from T-Mobile Arena. So 2 fights to get you ready for our pay-per-view extravaganza. Awesome. Showtime Sports and the BBC YouTube page. It is your home for Spence Crawford Fight Week all week long. Tomorrow you will be able to see the media workouts. All the fighters involved in our pay-per-view will be working out here in Las Vegas. That comes your way 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time. And that'll be open to the public. So if you're here in Las Vegas and you want to come back, by all means, join us right outside of the sports book or right outside of Tap Restaurant. That'll be at 1 o'clock local time. Thursday, you can watch the press conference on the social media pages with Spence and Crawford. That is no doubt going to be very compelling, as we will see the fighters for the final time give their perspective on how they see their fight playing out on Saturday night. Friday, oh my goodness, if you've never been to a weigh-in for a big fight, or those of you watching around the world, you want to see the final stare down between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, that comes your way at 6 Eastern, 3 local time, inside T-Mobile Arena. And then our loaded night of boxing that transpires on Saturday. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view, or you can also go and order it on showtime.com/PPV, or you can use the Showtime app on compatible devices. Also want to send a special thank you to our fine sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook. Action so good, why bet on boxing anywhere else? Also, O'Reilly Auto Parts. It is the ultimate one-stop shop for all your automotive supplies. Everything for your vehicle in one convenient place. That's O'Reilly Auto Parts. Also, Strays, the new R-rated comedy, Strays in theaters on August 18th. And The Last Voyage of the Demeter, The Legend of Dracula's Born, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, only in theaters on August 11th. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got you covered from top to bottom. If you're here on vacation and you may be going back before the fight, you can check out the action on Showtime pay-per-view. But we got Fight Week events throughout the entirety of the week leading up to this mega showdown. It is one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory, easily the most anticipated welterweight fights. It's probably, we got to go back to that of Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao back in May of 2015, a fight that broke every record imaginable on Showtime pay-per-view. So obviously we are very much anticipating and getting closer to Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford. Before we meet our main event fighters, I just kind of want to run down the history of both men. For Errol Spence Jr., I see that Errol has a t-shirt that's called, and he has it dubbed Strap Season, where he's captured world titles. He is the holder of 3 welterweight championships of the world. To give you an idea of what Errol Spence was able to do, he had to go to the UK, and he went ahead and wiped out Kell Brook back in May of 2017 in front of his hometown fans. He went ahead and won the IBF welterweight championship of the world. A little over 2 years later, an absolute showdown that he had against Showtime Sean Porter in September of 2019 at what is now called Crypto.com Arena, home of the Los Angeles Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers. And then last April, in front of nearly 40,000 fans, Errol Spence Jr. did to Yordenis Ugas what nobody has been able to do, and that is finish him off by TKO. He busted and broke his eye socket en route to becoming the WBA welterweight champion of the world. And for Errol Spence Jr., he said one belt is left. That belt, the WBO welterweight championship of the world, held by Terence Bud Crawford. Crawford has held on to that title for almost 5 years, since beating Jeff Horn back in 2018. Now for Terence Crawford, this is his 3rd division that he's campaigning in. He went ahead and won a world title by defeating Ricky Burns out in the UK to become a lightweight champion of the world. Unified the division at 140 and then topped Jeff Horn back in 2018, as he has been welterweight champion of the world for nearly 5 years. That's nearly half a decade. That is unbelievable, and I know that we had COVID in the midst of all that, but both Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford have been fighting champions, and they've been on a collision course. And on Saturday night, the bell will ring, the talking will cease, and these fighters will get the opportunity to demonstrate who is superior. And from my standpoint, this fight will determine who is the best welterweight of this era. We always hear about eras in boxing. You think about the 2010s and when Floyd Money Mayweather, I mean, obviously the richest prize fighter in history, best pound for pound fighter in the world, known as TBE. What Mayweather was able to do, especially here in Las Vegas, absolutely mesmerizing. Mayweather did what he did, stamped his legacy forward, the Hall of Famer. And now Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford get the opportunity to be front and center here in Las Vegas on the biggest night of the year to see who is the better man. I was in the training camps with both fighters, and I must say that I was blown away by the level of focus, by the intensity and the demeanor of both men. Not that I'm not in awe of them, but the level of focus for Errol Spence Jr. is without a doubt the most he's ever been in his career. And Terence Crawford is a machine. This guy can just go and go and go. He went ahead and stopped Showtime Sean Porter back in November of 2021. What a matchup and what a statement for him to be able to halt a Showtime Sean Porter. And now Crawford and Spence get the opportunity to go head-to-head on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Terence Crawford, a slight favorite according to the odds makers here in Las Vegas. I asked Errol Spence about that. He said it doesn't matter. He's focused on the task at hand. Both men are also influences for other fighters as well. So, you have Terence Crawford, who's got Steve Nelson, who is from Omaha. He will be fighting. And I believe we are getting closer to one half of our main event of the evening. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I want to get your thoughts. If you're excited for Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, Las Vegas, make some noise. All right, so I know more fans are coming in here, so I got to do it again. I want to gauge how you guys are siding. Who is your favorite? So if you're here to support Errol Spence Jr. Las Vegas, make some noise. All right. If you're here to support Terence Bud Crawford Las Vegas, let me hear you. I'm going to have to divert to the birthday man himself, Steve Pratt. What do you think, Steve? Who are they leaning towards? I think it's like 50-50. It's like with this, I think it's like 50-50. So, either way, hey, ladies and gentlemen, too, throughout the week here in Las Vegas, if you're around the MGM Grand, going to Fight Week events, we have merchandise. There is nothing like getting official Spence Crawford merchandise here in Las Vegas. A memento along with being a part of the fight, watching the fight at T-Mobile Arena or in the comfort of your own home. Thanks to Showtime pay-per-view, it is very easy to do so. You can order it on your local cable or satellite provider, or you can go to showtime.com/PPV or do it on the Showtime app. You can literally order the fight in the palm of your own hand. I'm actually ordering the fight even though I'm going to be there because I'm going to want to watch it 2 and 3 times over again. This is the kind of fight where you are going to be talking about this one for decades to come. The question will be, right after this fight, where were you on July 29th when Errol Spence Jr. squared off against Terence Bud Crawford? That is what you are going to hear from fight fans around the world. Now, we always mention this, but it bears repeating. This is a can't-miss fight. This is a fight for the sports fans around the world, for the hardcore fight fans, and it's been a brilliant year in boxing. We were here back in April for the mega event with Gervonta Tank Davis when he knocked out Ryan Garcia with a paralyzing body shot, and now we are here in the summertime. I know it's hot outside, but if you think it's hot outside, wait until Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford get inside the ring and make that ring walk. It is going to be special. For me personally, it'll make the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It gives me goosebumps, and I'm already pumped up for Saturday night with Spence and Crawford on Showtime pay-per-view. Don't forget, we have Fight Week events throughout the entirety of Spence Crawford. Fight Week tomorrow will be the media workouts, 4 Eastern, 1 local time here, where you will be able to see all the fighters on the pay-per-view workout and get into their rhythm as they inch closer to fight night, and also they will go ahead and be in the ring. You are so accessible. The one thing I love about Fight Weeks, ladies and gentlemen, is that, and no disrespect to any of the major team sports, but as a fight fan, you can come and be within arm's reach of Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. When you go to a Laker game, you can't watch the Lakers practice. If you're a football fan, I'm a diehard Chicago Bear fan. I can't watch the Chicago Bears go practice. You only watch them when they compete. For Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, when it comes to Premier Boxing Champions event, we have events accessible for the fans. You can see them, you can hear their thoughts, you can get close to them and see what they're thinking, how they're feeling as you get closer to fight night. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the weigh-in. I gotta tell you, because there are a lot of people coming into town for luck here in Las Vegas this weekend. Make sure to get to T-Mobile Arena on Friday for the weigh-in early. That comes your way at 3 o'clock local time, 6 o'clock Eastern, for those of you watching on the stream, because it is going to be loud, it's going to be electric, and you do not want to miss this night of boxing. And also, I just heard that closed circuit tickets have gone on sale, and it's going to be loud here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. So for some reason, if you cannot be at T-Mobile Arena, thanks to Bruce Pinko, let us know that closed circuit tickets are on sale now here at the MGM Grand. So if you're going to go to the weigh-in, you're going to come to the media workout, and for some reason you can't get into the fight, well, you can still watch it here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. And you know what? I love that venue so much, and I'm sure the electricity and the atmosphere is going to be special. And on Saturday night, we're all going to be focused on the center of the ring at T-Mobile Arena when Errol Spence Jr. goes head-to-head against Terence "Bud" Crawford. I truly believe that we are going to get a fight where both men are going to test each other like we've never seen before. I talked to Derek James, the head trainer of Errol Spence Jr., and he told me that he expects an absolute battle, and the fighters are going to have to dig deep. And for Derek James and for Brian McIntyre, they certainly have their hands full because they both have two quality, sensational champions. But now they are trying to orchestrate and create the perfect game plan to see who is going to get the biggest win of their careers. For Terence Crawford, he's looking to go to 40-0. To be at that level is absolutely mesmerizing, especially in today's day and age. For Errol Spence Jr., he's had to deal with his fair share of adversity, having survived a horrific car accident years ago. He bounced back from that. He was able to bounce back from an eye injury as well. 28-0, 22 knockouts, having been, he holds 3 world titles, the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF welterweight championships of the world, and he's looking to add another one to his collection and have the mantle of being undisputed welterweight champion of the world. For the first time in the 4-belt era, we will have an undisputed welterweight champion of the world. 147 has always been one of the glamour divisions in all of boxing. And lo and behold, on Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get something very special. If you are excited for Fight Night Las Vegas, let me hear you. All right, so we're getting closer. We're going to see the main event fighters, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., make their way onto the stage and pose and, take some photos and make sure to give them their support. I know that they're fans to support Spence. I know they're fans here to support Terence Crawford. I'm telling you, they love the energy. They feed off the energy that they get from you, the fans. So the louder you get, the better they're probably going to fight, which I don't even think is possible, but I assume it's going to give them even that much extra motivation as they get ready for their showdown on Saturday, July 29th on Showtime pay-per-view. We got our outstanding DJ D. Miles in the house, who's doing a wonderful job as always. And as we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, the weigh-in open to the public, 6 Eastern, 3 local time here at T-Mobile Arena. Make sure to get there early because it will no doubt be a raucous atmosphere. And throughout the week, stop by here by the MGM Grand, get your Spence and Crawford official merchandise to take that home as a memento, along with going to the fight. Closed circuit tickets are available. For some reason, if you cannot go ahead and be inside T-Mobile Arena, you can watch it here on closed circuit here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We've held some memorable events here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The MGM Grand hosts to some Fight Week events throughout the time here in Las Vegas. Also want to send a special thank you to our fine sponsor who are being a part of Saturday Night with Spence and Crawford. DraftKings Sportsbook, action so good. Why bet on boxing anywhere else? O'Reilly Auto Parts is the ultimate one-stop shop for all your automotive supplies, everything for your vehicle in one convenient place. That's O'Reilly Auto Parts. Also, Strays, the new R-rated comedy Strays in theaters on August 18th. The Legend of Dracula is born. The Last Voyage of the Demeter, only in theaters on August 11th. Saturday night, Spence Crawford, brought to you by TGB Promotions, along with Man Down Promotions and DBC Promotions. As ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, don't forget to join us for the media workouts at 4 Eastern, 1 local time, here at the MGM, right outside of the Sportsbook and Tap Restaurant. And then on Friday, the weigh-in outside and inside T-Mobile Arena. So make sure to join us there. It will be inside, not outside, because it is way too hot here in Las Vegas. And then Saturday, we have an action-packed night of boxing, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. We go live, or 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We go live on Showtime pay-per-view. The streaming fights come your way 2 hours before 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. We have Steve Nelson as one of our featured fights on our prelim portion. Steve Nelson, a part of Terence Crawford's camp. Nelson 18-0 with 15 knockouts. I saw him working out in the gym here, and he looks in impeccable physical shape. And ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer to welcoming up our main event fighters here in Las Vegas, as Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. will do battle for welterweight supremacy. Fans have been waiting for this matchup. Now I know that you guys have told me who you're here to support, but I want your honest assessment. Right now, according to the odds makers, Terence Crawford is a slight favorite according to the odds makers. So if you think Terence Crawford's going to win the fight, let me hear you. If you think Errol Spence Jr. is going to win this fight, make some noise. I gotta say, I feel like there are more Errol Spence fans that are making their way here to the MGM Grand, and they are certainly making a little bit more noise than that of the Terence Crawford contingency. So, well, it is going to be an unbelievable atmosphere on Saturday as we get closer to our main event fighters making their way here to the stage. Looking forward to talking with Terence Crawford and also Brian McIntyre as well for Errol Spence Jr. Looking forward to having a conversation with them along with Derek James, as we are moments away from both guys making their official grand entrance. And boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we are very much anticipating what will be a special night in boxing on this upcoming Saturday, July 29th, on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that one half of our main event, they have had a remarkable journey, having won his first world title in the lightweight division by eclipsing Ricky Burns at 135. Then he would go ahead and he unified the super lightweight division. And he wasn't done there. He decided to go up and campaign here at 147 back in the summer of 2018, and he topped Jeff Horn. And now he aims to become the first man to become undisputed champion in 2 divisions. That is a rarity in boxing. So this man is no doubt focused on the task at hand. He is 35 years of age, trained under the guidance of Brian McIntyre. He has been on pound-for-pound lists for the past several years. He has this desire, this heart to truly be great. On Saturday night, he hopes to add 3 other world titles to his collection. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending WBO welterweight champion of the world from Omaha, Nebraska. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Terence Crawford.
If I want it, I'ma have it. I'll make a call. I'll make a call and swore. And you can take the store. We up in the board. I'm young, living lavish. If I want it, I'ma have it.
Money for running through ditches. I know it gets mad, we did it. Said we live it. Morals will never forget it. If I ever get booked, I'm a cricket. Get it and flip it. Henny right here, I'm a sipper. You try me a shot, see a biscuit. 24 hippie. I'm a just 24 hippie. The bro still never forget it. Game for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska. Joined alongside by his trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre.
Clean the mission, we leave and remain. Surely been as he praying, no people is fame. You will get flamed. Don't you front like I aim. I saw homies that on my brain. God, I be feeling like going insane. I just got me in chatting on my chain bigger. You gonna die for the state.
All right, we are with Terence Bud Crawford. Terence, what an atmosphere, what energy, and it's only Tuesday. How does this feel for you?
Feels great. It's gonna be a great night of boxing come Saturday night.
I know you have your whole team with you, Brian Bomac McIntyre. I saw Steve Nelson, who's here. He'll be a part of the streaming fights. To have your whole team with you, you guys have paved the road together and got to this point. How special is it to have everyone in your camp here with you side by side?
It's always special to have the ones that came up with me from the ground up, to be sitting here on the stage with me. You know, me and Steven, from kids to fighting on the park to fighting on a big stage in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's nothing like it.
So you have been undisputed champion once before, but to be able to do it here at 147, is it going to be that much sweeter the second time around?
It's going to be even better. That's why we take the chances that we take. That's why we fight the fights that we fight. This is a fight that the world's been craving for. And what better way to win a fight than going out and becoming undisputed?
So for fans who are just watching your final comments, I know you've mentioned it before, but on Saturday night, July 29th, against Errol Spence Jr., what can the world expect out of Terence Bud Crawford?
Man, y'all can expect the best Terence Crawford that y'all ever seen. It's gonna be fireworks to everyone. If you ain't got your tickets, I assure you, get your tickets or order the pay-per-view.
You're a student of the game. Is this sort of a throwback fight to where you can go ahead and etch your name in history alongside the greats like Mayweather, Leonard, Hagler, Duran, Hearns?
My name already up there, you know? It's just a matter of going out there this week and putting the cherry on top.
Furthering that legacy.
That's right, furthering the legacy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terence Bud Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terence Bud Crawford, the WBO welterweight champion of the world from Omaha, Nebraska, 39-0 with 30 knockouts.
Start chasing that chip. Win. On 10. Exit at fun. Bring friends. Black tooth down. Jump in. You might want to keep stuff. I win. Four on tattoos. That's squad. All of them go shoot.
We're going to grab Brian Bomac McIntyre in a few short moments, but right now, Terence Crawford alongside his entire team is going to take a photo. They are no doubt locked in and ready to go. Terence Bud Crawford looking to become the first male boxer to capture and become undisputed champion in 2 divisions. Never been done before in the history of the sport.
out the way, get out the way, get out the way, get the heck on my way. You either with me or against me, though. You either with me or win. Curve everything else.
This is Team Crawford in the house here in Las Vegas. Terence Bud Crawford looking to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
Oh, damn, man. Just the worst. Savage, snatch you out your crib, then drop you in a hearse. Baby, please, let me know. Make that cut up all the first. Dumbest. Imagine if I did that stupid thing when I was coming up. My crib feel like I had fun. I be in hips, thumbing up. All this and one till I'm down. Learning up. Making nauseous. I had enough of broke boys. I can't talk to 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 broke boys.
Oh, thank you. That's right. Thanks, guys. Hey, Kelly, it's cool that I'm signing. Kelly, when he's done, you want me to give me some, can you give me a matching time?
You must need some tea or something now, huh? Or honey, what are you drinking here?
You gotta be
How's the throat? You must need some honey or something.
Okay, gotta keep it going. One more to go.
Jeff can fill in for you to finish up if you want.
One more to go.
Just a random dude, he's like right after. Sitting for the crowd.
But that's not going to help them win their own.
How are you both? Good to see you, man. Thank you both. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw Terence Bud Crawford meet all of you. He met with the media. He looks, without question, laser focused ahead of his assignment against Errol Spence Jr. this Saturday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view. It all emanates from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. Do not miss what is going to be one of the most memorable prize fights that we've had in recent memory. Now, if for some reason you cannot be inside T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And you want to see this fight because guess what? You better, because you're going to miss something very special. Well, we are going to have a closed circuit viewing here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tickets went on sale today. And I'm telling you right now, they're going quickly. And it's early in Fight Week. And fans are coming in during the weekend to be a part of Fight Week festivities. You're probably thinking Fight Week festivities. Well, for those of you that are just joining us, tomorrow we have the media workout. That'll happen at 4 Eastern for those watching on the streaming 1 Pacific time. If you want to attend, we'll be right outside of the Sportsbook and Tap Restaurant here at the MGM Grand, where we will see the fighters work out as they inch closer to fight night. Thursday, you can watch the final press conference at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time on the Showtime Sports of the BBC YouTube page. That'll be an outstanding way to finally get into the minds of Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford on Friday. The official weigh-in that transpires 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time inside T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. That's something that if you're here in Vegas, you do not want to miss, because when the fighters step on the scale, man oh man, it gets electric. It gets you that much more excited for fight night, and it builds the anticipation. Having been fortunate and blessed to be a part of some memorable fight weeks, I gotta say that to have this kind of energy on Tuesday and the fight is Saturday, that just goes to show you how excited fight fans are around the world. Now, I know on Saturday we're going to crown, for the first time in the 4-belt era, an undisputed welterweight champion of the world. But no matter what the result is, I want to commend both Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford for taking a risk like that. These guys are daring to be great. And what we're seeing here in 2023 in boxing is that fighters are willing to take that risk. They're willing, and it's funny that we're here. I mean, it makes sense that we're here. It's so fitting that we're here in Las Vegas. They're willing to gamble with their championships, with their undefeated records, and they're willing to risk it all. But because they're doing that, we are seeing these monster events that Premier Boxing Champions is putting on. I truly, what a run we have had here in 2023 with PBC. I mean, just an amazing fight week and an amazing fight in the spring and April when Gervonta Davis put away Ryan Garcia, who dared to be great, but came up short. That's okay, because everyone's lost to Tank that has stepped inside the ring with the Baltimore native. And Tank put him away with a vicious body shot to go ahead and show that he was superior. But now we get Spence and Crawford for all the championship belts, all the gold, on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view. Now, if you can't be here in Las Vegas, make sure to call your local cable or satellite provider and be a part of Spence and Crawford. Or it's very easy. You can go on showtime.com/PPV, or you can order it on the Showtime app, literally in the palm of your own hand. It is that easy. But, I mean, from what I've heard of being around big events, you do not want to wait till the day of to purchase the pay-per-view. You want to do it now, so you're locked in and ready to go, and you don't have to deal with any, technical glitches or old people buying it too much or anything like that. Do it now. Order it now. Be ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to, in a few moments, have a conversation with a man who, to me, is one of my favorite fighters, and I really do wish. I know he's a media mogul and a massive boxing personality, but he was an amazing fighter, a two-time welterweight champion of the world, having been inside the ring against both Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Showtime Sean Porter. Showtime, Sean Porter. You know what? Anytime I see you, I'm always in a great mood. And it's even better to see you on an event like this. You've been inside the ring with Spence and Crawford. You fought everybody over the course of your illustrious career. What can you tell us about Saturday night for all the gold on the line at 147?
This fight is going to be amazing. I feel sorry for anybody that misses this fight because both of these guys are the epitome of what a fighter is. They got all the heart in the world. Neither of them are going to quit. Knocked down and getting up. They knocked the other one back down. You know what I mean? Like, this is just the speed, the power, the quickness. It's really, this is going to be a fight of moments. And this is why I encourage everybody, like, don't blink. Because this is a fight. This fight right here is a moment. Other fights are like, you know who's gonna win? This fight, at any moment, something's gonna happen, and I think that that's what's really special about this fight. Talk about my experience with both of them. There were moments in my fights which separated the winner from the loser. You know what I mean? So you got two special fighters getting in the ring. Don't miss the moments.
Well, you have that rare fighter, having been a world champion. I want to go with Errol Spence first. What did you learn about him in your fight that you had? What a memorable encounter in September of 2019.
Errol's going to stay focused. He's going to stay locked and loaded no matter what happens. He'll go down 5 rounds and he'll still stick with his game plan and work it and work it and work it until it works. And that's what's so special about Errol. You cannot get him rattled. It's really hard to get him outside of what he does, which is just be very technical, very by the book, and it works for him.
For Errol also, he has dealt with his fair share of obstacles, having survived a horrific car accident, the eye injury, bounced back, and did what nobody has been able to do to your Dennis Ugas last April at AT&T Stadium. How mesmerized are you, or impressed are you by Errol Spence on his ability to bounce back after dealing with adversity over the course of his career?
I truly think, and I know you guys may not agree with this, but I think that fight really just defined who he is as a fighter and as a person. I mean, he had that round when he got shook up. Nobody knows what the rest of his fight's going to look like. And then he comes out, puts his gloves up, and he goes right at your Dennis and pushes your Dennis back. Changed the whole dynamic of the fight in one round. Continued that with consistency, and he got the job done. To me, that's what told me, like, hey, I knew he was special because I was in the ring with him. I knew he was special before I got in the ring with him. That right there lets me know exactly who he is. He's not going to quit. He's not going to stop. He's going to figure it out. And once he does,
Now let's talk about the opposite side. Terence Crawford, 39-0, 30 knockouts.
Which, by the way, I said the exact same thing about Terence. Like, go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, I want to say, what did you take away from?
Same thing about Terence. I mean, you're talking about consistency versus consistency. And to me, that's the key to being a champion. Who's ever the most consistent in this fight is who's going to win.
We hear about, when you look at the strengths, Terence Crawford is a lethal puncher. For Errol Spence, he's made no bones about the fact that he's going to bring the pressure. He's going to try to attack the body of Terence Crawford. In your estimation, is this fight determined based on who can withstand the other's firepower?
I do. I think for Terence, it has to be about breaking down Errol Spence and not allowing Errol to feel success. If Errol doesn't feel success, he's just going to keep forcing it, and that's when something bad could happen to him because he's forcing it. But if Errol is finding success getting to the body, finding success hitting the shoulders, the arms, whatever it has to be, Errol just wants to touch you. And as long as I can touch you, I know that eventually something good is going to happen. You know, so I think for Terence, it's just a matter of controlling the range and the distance and not allowing Errol to seek success moving forward.
It sounds like you're saying that Errol, when he gets going, kind of becomes like an avalanche. It just keeps bringing pressure and really gains confidence as the fight progresses.
Yeah, I've had people ask me, how is it that Errol gets stronger as the fight goes on? I said, it's not necessarily that he gets stronger, it's just the momentum that he builds round after round, along with breaking down his opponents. It looks like he's getting stronger. He's really not. It's just that momentum is building, and it just becomes this big, like you said, big ball, avalanche of snow, and it's hard to stop that.
Sean, you have been a part of some memorable events, big pay-per-view events all over. What does it mean for a prize fighter to get to this rarefied era of headlining a pay-per-view event here in Las Vegas with the world watching?
This is what it's all about. Early on, you don't even know that this is possible. You know, it's not until you get on a big undercard, you're like, oh man, I want to be there one day. And so I know that this is the first time both of these fighters are having a big arrival, and the room is full. Everybody's expecting to see them, and I know that the excitement that this brings, it's like bar none. It's like this in the fight. It's all that matters to them right now, you know?
You know, I always ask you this question because I'm a selfish person in this regard. I'd love to see you back, but seeing all this, the lights, the camera, you know, everyone here, does it make you miss competing inside the ring?
What time is it? Showtime! What time is it? Showtime! What time is it? Showtime! I don't have to come back to get that.
I mean, in the lead up to this fight, we kind of thought, hey, I've been in the ring with both guys, you know, maybe give it one more, maybe two more.
Not against neither one of them. That's for sure. I can let them have this, man. And I think that this one, they're going to do something special Saturday night. And I'm looking forward to that immediate rematch because I think it's going to mean something. Definitely if this fight goes the distance.
So you think that this fight is going to be so close, and I know that they have a rematch clause on both sides, but do you think that the fight is going to be, it sounds like you're telling me that the fight is going to be close, that it's going to warrant a rematch regardless?
That's how I see it, but let's say it goes 5 rounds. Both of these fighters are known for making adjustments. And so let's say Errol knocks out Terence in 5 rounds. That immediate rematch clause, it could actually go the opposite way because both of them have shown that they can make adjustments. You telling me that you got a whole camp to get ready for something, you're not going to make that adjustment and get out of that 5th round and do something different and you win in the 6th round? It's possible.
Well, also, finally, Sean, before I let you go, how great of a year has this been for boxing? I mean, we were just here in the springtime for that mega event with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Now, lo and behold, here we are in that heart of the summer where we have Spence Crawford. For the first time in history, there will be an undisputed welterweight champion of the world crowned in the 4-belt era.
I think this is a special wave that's come for boxing where there's a lot of people out here in the world, especially America, that aren't boxing fans. I think before the end of this year, the amount of fans that boxing has will double, and I think it's going to continue from there because this wave we have right now is where great fighters are getting in the ring with other great fighters, putting on great fights, putting it all on the line, and that's what everybody wants to see.
Showtime, I always appreciate your expert analysis. We look forward to seeing you on Fight Night. Hey, how excited are you to be able to sit ringside and watch all this go down?
I'm excited. Shameless plug. I'm launching my suit line, Sean Porter Suits and Service.
Suit line?
Suit line.
Uh-oh.
I'm doing some things with GQ this weekend.
You?
And man, it just keeps getting bigger and better for me. So I'm excited what these guys are gonna do. I got no what do you call it? I got no horse in the race. You know what I mean? I got no dog in the race. I'm looking forward to a great fight. And I'm looking forward to the future for both these fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the welterweight champion of the world, Showtime Sean Porter. Great to see you, my dear friend, Showtime Sean Porter. Boy, when you want to talk about expert analysis, to me, Showtime Sean Porter is without a doubt the best analyst in the game. Having sat next to him calling big prize fights, there's nobody better than Showtime Sean Porter in the business, bar none. Great to see Sean here being a part of Fight Week events. We are moments away, ladies and gentlemen, from seeing the grand arrival of Errol Spence Jr. I know there are a lot of Errol Spence fans in the house here in Las Vegas. Quickly, before we transition and welcome in Errol Spence Jr., just a reminder, tomorrow the media workouts, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time. right outside of the Sportsbook and Tap Restaurant. Thursday, the press conference comes your way 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time on the Showtime Sports and PBC YouTube page. Friday, the weigh-in 6 Eastern, 3 local time inside T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. And then Saturday, Fight Night on Showtime pay-per-view. Errol Spence Jr. goes one-on-one against Terence Bud Crawford. All 4 belts are on the line. Welterweight supremacy up for grabs. Someone's got to go. Who will remain undefeated after Saturday night? Also, the undercard is absolutely jam-packed. You want to get there early and check out the action starting at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. We'll begin tonight in the super welterweight division. Enes Tejas, the up-and-coming Cuban prospect, 5-0 with 4 knockouts. He will match up against the veteran Spaniard who has been battle-tested inside the ring against the likes of Sebastian Fundora and Tony Harrison, having defeated Ted Cheeseman as well. You will have the likes of Enes Tejas taking on Sergio Garcia of Spain. Then our second fight, the future Hall of Famer, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, looks to eclipse his record by becoming and furthering his legacy by breaking his own record and becoming the oldest bantamweight champion in history. But standing in his way will be the hard-hitting Mexican in Alexander Santiago. Speaking of Mexican fighters, our co-main event will be a WBC and WBA lightweight title eliminator as the fan favorite, a man who went to an absolute battle against Gervonta Davis in a losing cause back in December of 2021. It'll be Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He will collide against Giovanni Cabrera. Now, I will say that the stare down to me between Isaac Cruz and Giovanni Cabrera, I was up here with the guys. And I felt the heat. I felt the intensity. I felt the level of focus. I felt what was on the line from their perspective. They understand that they need to get a W on Saturday in order to punch their ticket to a world title shot. For Isaac Cruz, he's looking to challenge for a world title a second time. Giovanni Cabrera, having come off a victory over Gabriel Flores, will look for his first world title opportunity, if he's successful, to get past Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Cabrera, trained by the Hall of Famer, Freddie Roach. And our main event of the evening, Errol Spence Jr., Terence Bud Crawford for all the gold up for grabs on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. The event presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGP Promotions, Man Down Promotions, and TBC Promotions. As also, I would be remiss if I didn't thank our fine sponsors that are a part of this mega night of boxing. DraftKings, action so good. Why bet on boxing anywhere else? O'Reilly Auto Parts, the ultimate one-stop shop for all your automotive supplies. Everything for your vehicle in one convenient place. That's O'Reilly Auto Parts. Brought to you by the new R-rated comedy Strays in theaters on August 18th, and by the legend, The Last Voyage of the Demeter. The Legend of Dracula is Born. The Last Voyage of the Demeter, only in theaters on August 11th. What a run, ladies and gentlemen, it has been for Showtime in their 37 years. Also want to let you know, if you want to get a closer, in-depth look at what Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford are doing in preparation for the biggest night of their careers on Saturday night, you can check out All Access episodes 1 and 2. If you are not a Showtime subscriber, you can check out All Access Spence Crawford episodes 1 and 2 on the Showtime Sports YouTube page, and you will see and get a behind-the-scenes look at what these guys are doing as they inch closer to fight night on Saturday night. All Access is an Emmy award-winning production. What a job that they do. And you know what, to be frank with all of you, it gets you that much more excited for fight night. And if you're going to be here in Las Vegas and for some reason you cannot be inside T-Mobile Arena, well, I'm sorry, but we do have something for you, as closed circuit tickets have gone on sale, and we are going to have a closed circuit viewing here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The MGM Grand Garden Arena, obviously a legendary venue when it comes to prize fighting. This venue, the MGM Grand, opened up in December of 1993. The first prize fight that they had here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena happened to be Julio Cesar Chavez in his first loss in his legendary career against Frankie Randall. But ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we are here is because we have the two best welterweights on the planet going head to head. The world has been waiting for this particular matchup for years. And on Saturday night, they finally will ring the bell and they will collide inside the ring at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. This man, having captured his IBF title by defeating Kell Brook, got the WBC title by edging Showtime Sean Porter, and won the WBA welterweight championship last April by wiping out your Dennis Ugas at AT&T Stadium in front of nearly 40,000 fans. He is a 2012 United States Olympian, trained under the guidance of the 2022 Trainer of the Year, Derek James. He has his mindset on becoming the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from DeSoto, Texas, he is the reigning and defending IBF, WBA, and also the WBC welterweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated superstar, Errol the Truth Spence Jr. It's focused on shark season. Give it up for the IBF, WBC, and WBA welterweight champion of the world, Errol Spence Jr. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, 28-0, 22 knockouts with his trainer, Derek James. Here is Errol Spence Jr. Errol, I'm going to talk to you here towards the center. Or you know what? I'm going to move and be there on the side. Errol, we're here at Fight Week. What an atmosphere, what electricity. You said you've always wanted your Vegas moment. Here you go. How you feeling?
I feel great. I'm hyped up. I'm ready to go. This crowd here made me even more hyped up. I'm ready to put on a great show, great performance. I guarantee you Saturday night is going to be goods and brains.
How do you balance, you're a very proud family man. How do you balance training, handling the media obligations, but also really enjoying this with your family and really partaking in the entire experience?
It's a way of life for me. It's like anything else. It's like taking a piss in the shit. This is what I do.
Now, with Derek James, your esteemed trainer, the Trainer of the Year of 2022, he's always said he feels like you're going to have to go to these deep waters. When it comes to that, what are your feelings on that?
I'm a big fish. This is what I live in. I live in deep waters.
When it comes to Terence Crawford, assuming you get your hand raised on Saturday, what would it mean for you to be the first ever undisputed welterweight champion in the world in the four-belt era?
It means a lot. I mean, it'd be a dream come true. It's something that, as amateurs and as kids, we watch these fights with all these great fighters. We watch De La Hoya versus Trinidad. We watch all these great fights. and now I get to have my moment. It means the world to me. It's something I dreamed about since I was a little kid. And before anything else, this is what I wanted. I wanted the glory. I wanted to be under the bright lights and the stars and have my opponent and beat my opponent, a worthy opponent, and the guy who's used to be former undisputed and holds the belt too, and he's undefeated too. So that makes it all much better once I defeat him come Saturday night.
Do you believe that this is, taking on Terence Crawford is happening at the right time for the both of you?
It definitely happened at the right time. I mean, look at the people that came out just for our grand arrivals. It's definitely just even the hype around it on social media and just people talking about it. I walk in the store even before the fight was made, and people asked, the first thing they asked me is, when you and Terence Crawford gonna fight? So definitely, this fight happened at the right moment, at the right time. I feel like he's in his prime. I'm in my prime with the two best fighters at the welterweight division. We're one of the best fighters in the world, and then the winner Saturday night will be the best fighter in boxing, period.
So this is for the mythical title, best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet.
Yeah.
see you, baby. I'm sending it right now. Yeah, I believe you. It's coming. Let me see my bag so I can